Thank you. Good afternoon and a warm welcome to everyone seated here and those watching us live from around the world. A heartfelt welcome to our chief guest, Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, who has graciously made a brief stop here today. As part of his tour of Europe, the Middle East, Africa, North America, South America, and the Far East. And we are happy to welcome him back to our city after 8 long years. It's a great honor to have among us today people from the state government, Mrs. Selene Aguirre Cortez, from the State Integral Family Development Agency, and Professor Luis Alfonso Rivera Campos, Dean of the Autonomous University of the State of Chihuahua, and Jose Antonio Chavez Rodriguez, General Director of the State Housing Department, and his wife, Sandra Luz Almanza. We all have come together in a world that often feels divided. Yet today, we unite with a shared purpose, honoring a timeless principle that transcends borders, cultures, and differences. The belief that the world is one family. This wisdom, which says that the world is one family, is rooted in the ancient Indian scriptures, a powerful reminder that compassion has no boundaries. This is the ethos and the underlying principle of the One World, One Family global humanitarian mission established by Sri Madhusudan Sai, which is touching the lives of millions across 80 countries, providing essential support in nutrition, health care, education, and social care. The mission is actively transforming lives through its diverse humanitarian endeavors, and it embraces every individual in need. 8 years ago, in June of 2016, Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai visited Chihuahua, and in a speech, he shares with us the following. Since ancient times, Mexico and its people have been very spiritual. Modernization has destroyed the culture of helping the poor and the most in need. Although the tree has fallen due to the weather conditions and the wrong idea of how humanity should progress on earth, the roots are still intact. As long as the roots are still here, there is hope that the tree will grow again. Mexico and its people still have the roots of faith in God, love for God, and love for others. Only one person is needed to start any great revolution. And if that person leads a life of sacrifice and selflessness, everyone will follow them. Many drops of water that come together will form a river. And only when the river flows together can it reach the ocean. The longest trip begins with the first step, and step by step reaches the goal. The world needs people willing to sacrifice, to serve people with love in their hearts, to help the poor, end of quote. Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai was born in a very humble family in the state of Chhattisgarh, in India, receiving a degree in chemistry as well as a master's degree in chemistry and business administration. He briefly worked in the banking sector before he dedicated his life to uplift humanity. He was inspired by the guru or teacher, Sri Sathya Sai Baba. The One World, One Family global humanitarian mission of love and selfless service has flourished over the last 12 years, expanding to reach millions of underserved communities in free healthcare through 12 hospitals in India, 3 hospitals outside India, and a medical center in the United States of America. And together, the mission has served over 3.5 million patients. Free education through 28 residential campuses, including a university which educates 3,700 students and gives 8,000 scholarships. And nutrition and social care, through which over 1 billion meals have been served around the world, and 10 million school children get breakfast every day in India. All these services are provided totally free of charge. They lead to millions of people in need, striving to uphold the dignity of every human being as a reflection of the divine. At only 44 years of age, he has enabled the nonprofit organizations he leads to collaborate with the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, and its President, Draupadi Murmu, in the areas of health, nutrition, and education, establishing new paradigms in coordination with the federal and state governments of India. He has been able to unite a non-religious and non-political confederation of foundations dedicated to the service of the most in need in 80 countries, to which our foundations form a part, making a small contribution to the global mission. Satguru Madhusudan Sai spearheads One World, One Family. We will now show a video of the work of the global mission Satguru heads.
Family is the ethos at the heart of our mission. This ideal comes from an ancient Indian principle which considers the whole world as one global family. And as a family, we believe all our family members deserve care and support. Across the globe, we serve millions through 3 pillars: nutrition, education. Our morning nutrition program began in 2012, providing breakfast for just 50 children, and has since grown to become India's largest morning nutrition program. Today, millions of across India and beyond receive the Sai Shore multi-nutrient supplement, helping them begin each day nourished and ready to learn. At our mission, we believe education is every human being's birthright. With a global presence and multiple campuses throughout India, we provide free education from grade 6 to doctorate studies, ensuring every student receives a well-rounded, values-based education that combines high-quality academics with moral and spiritual values. The Sri Satya Sai University for Human Excellence opens doors previously unimaginable to children from underserved communities. By offering quality higher education to those traditionally overlooked, and with a strong emphasis on empowering women, we're breaking the cycle of educational disparity and promoting gender equality in education. Meanwhile, our Skill Development Center equips rural youth with job-ready skills, and our scholarship program supports education for thousands of rural children. Our commitment to empowerment is also demonstrated by People's Shores, an impact sourcing organization in the United States. We help youth from marginalized communities gain skills for the digital economy. This innovative model delivers high-valued business services while transforming lives and uplifting communities. Our vision for accessible medical education became a reality in 2023 when Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi inaugurated the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, India's first free, private, rural medical college. This institution aims to nurture noble-minded healthcare professionals who are dedicated to serving the underserved members of our society. Our healthcare mission goes beyond treating illness. We're pioneering solutions to bridge critical gaps in accessible medical care. And through our network of wellness centers, mobile hospitals, and multi-specialty facilities, we bring free healthcare directly to underserved rural communities. From preventative care to complex surgeries, at our hospitals, there are no billing counters. Since 2016, we've expanded beyond India to serve communities across the globe with the singular goal of leaving no person behind. Exemplifying this ideal, our Sri Satya Sai Sanjeevani centers form the world's largest chain of free pediatric cardiac hospitals, giving new life to children with heart defects. And with continually growing needs worldwide, we're expanding our healthcare facilities with the world's largest free hospital, a 600-bed facility that demonstrates our dedication to accessible healthcare for all. Our vision is clear. A society where life's value is measured not in wealth, but in compassionate service to those in need. And this vision only becomes a reality with the contribution and generous support of our global family. After all, we are all one world, one family.
Thank you. I will now introduce Vivi, my wife, Vera Alvarez, who will speak about the service of the Foundation for Human Excellence provides in Mexico for the global mission, One World, One Family.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon to all. Satguru Madhusudan Sai, thank you for coming to Chihuahua to Chihuahua, Mexico. Mexico is honored to have you here. Thank you so, so much. The Foundation for the Development of Human Excellence, whose mission is mainly in the fields of education and nutrition, was founded in 2017. The development of human excellence, according to Human Values Education, is the development of good character, which helps us be who we truly are, human beings born with innate qualities, which are the human values. These innate qualities indicate that we are born good humans, but it is not easy to recognize that we are born good because of the influence of our surroundings, circumstances, challenges, and hardships, which cloud and conceal our true selves. So human life becomes difficult until we realize that to become good humans, to good human beings, our innate nature, is a path that requires a lot of hard work. We need to become aware of ourselves through constant introspection, and then is when we start on the path of human excellence. The development of human character, of a good character, enables us to do the right thing in all circumstances by practicing our innate values. This is a task for all humans. As members of the Foundation, we became aware that we were not fully living the values we were practicing, so we stopped our service in human values for a while and started on the path of our own human awareness many years ago. Because we cannot preach what we don't practice. We have since resumed our service and are still walking this path and understand that it is a never-ending task. Our motto is love all and serve all. And the best way to love is to serve. Serving others foremost is a gift for the server, because serving others, your life becomes richer, more meaningful. For love in thought is truth. Love in feelings is peace. Love in action is right action. Love in compassion is nonviolence. Truth, love, peace, right action, and nonviolence are the innate internal values. And these values in practice are the external values of love for your country, spirit of service, spirit of unity, responsibility of the environment, and self-awareness. Serving others through caring love is a potential of all human beings, and going beyond serving our loved ones and friends is service to all, because we are one world, one family, the title of this conference. The service of the Foundation has ranged from human values classes for teachers, students, and parents, translation of human values books, online courses of human values and education in human values, and the writing and editing of 2 human values teachers' books for adolescents, serving meals and distributing food packs to the underprivileged, and helping the helpers teach values in a self-defense gym for children and adolescents. In the nutrition area, we are now focused on a ready-to-consume fortified supplement for children from 4 to 12 years old called Sampa Sai, which is being distributed in the Sierra Tarahumara to Tarahumara children in schools and hostels. We have chosen to serve the Tarahumara children because the Sierra Tarahumara is a region with most poverty and malnutrition in Mexico. The population of the state of Chihuahua is 4 million, out of which 669,000 live in poverty, and 157,000 are Tarahumaras. We are also happy to announce that Mexico will soon count with a Center for Human Excellence in the city of Chihuahua, which will form part of the worldwide network of 18 centers for human development of the mission One World, One Family. Thank you very much. Now we will project a short video of the grain of salt of the service in Mexico. Thank you very much.
Todos subieron de peso, todos subieron bastante.
Buenos días, niños.
With reverence and gratitude, I will humbly request Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai to address all of us now and explain to us how we can all support and be a part of this global mission of one world, one family. Here.
Translation is already happening. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege and a prized honor for me to be back here in Chihuahua, although for a very brief period of just this afternoon. I came from the US and on the way to the US again. But I'm happy that I could come here and meet all of you. Alvarez, Bibi, you all have been a pillar of support in doing so much of good work here in Chihuahua, and so also this wonderful team of the foundation of human excellence. I also recognize the presence of some of the officials from the district of Chihuahua, and do I find it difficult to pronounce these names, but I just want to convey my greetings to them. Celine Cortes and Louis Rivera, is that right? Thank you. So that's all I remember of the names, but we're very happy that you are here as a part of this conference, which is about to discuss how we all can live like one family in the whole world. I truly believe that there cannot be a happy individual in an unhappy family. There cannot be a happy family in an unhappy society. There cannot be a happy society in an unhappy country. And there cannot be a happy country in an unhappy world. So to have everyone in the world live a happy life, everybody has to be happy, from the individuals to families to communities to countries. That is when the world becomes a happier place. In the present circumstances, on one side, the world has progressed much technologically, economically, and in every other way, scientifically too. But unfortunately, there is a large part of the world that does not participate in this story of prosperity and progress. They still have their basic needs like nutrition or education or health care not yet met. It is for those members of our family across the entire globe, be it Africa, be it Asia, be it the Oceania, the Americas, or anywhere else, that we work day and night. Mexico has a very old history of its culture and civilization. The Mayans, the Aztecs, and even today there are a lot of original native Mexicans. They live in the mountains, is what I was told on the way. And they live in very poor conditions. They are not integrated into the mainstream society for various reasons. There are cultural differences. There are differences in terms of their knowledge, skills, abilities, and also their own social structures, which sometimes do not permit them to be a part of the larger picture. But we, as the members of the same family, this global family, have a responsibility towards them too. And when this was being discussed during my last visit, the foundation was formed and they decided to serve these communities where nobody goes. And they travel hours into the mountains to meet these families, the children, and help them with some basic needs like nutrition and whatever else they need over there. The Cookie Project, Sampa, Sai, was started with this one motivation, that how can we solve this one big problem of nutrition amongst the children of the marginalized communities. And I was told that it is very successful because it has solved problems like malnutrition, attention in the class, these educational outcomes, and also good health for all the children. And they want to expand this project to many more children beyond the Sierra region into the other parts of Chihuahua where these Taramura communities live. And I really want that to happen, and I know that it is possible when we all come together. One drop is not an ocean, but drop is important for the ocean. It is the combination of all the drops that make the ocean. So it is all of us humans of this global family, when we combine our strengths, collaborate and work together, that is when we become a force to reckon with that has the power to solve these problems. I always tell when I travel around that we must think of those who are less privileged than us and thank fortunes, thank heaven, thank God that we have much more than them. In India, they say, there is a story, they say, I always complained about the shoes till I saw a person without legs. And that is how we must look at the world. While progress in today's times is to look up and see who is wealthier or more endowed than us and try to become like them. But in this process, we forget to look behind or look around and see how many people do not even have what we are already blessed with. Sometimes we take our privileges for granted and even complain that we do not have enough. But it is in these times that we have to look at our brothers and sisters who are languishing in these mountains and elsewhere, and first feel contented and happy that we have much more than most of the people in the world. And second, look for opportunities to share our bounty with those who have less. This is how we become a better world, a better family. And you know what? It is not for the richest and the most powerful to do this. It is for the simple and humble humans with a pure heart and a noble intention that this is given to do. And I see when I travel around the world, these are the humans with compassion at their heart who go out into these faraway communities in difficult terrains despite all the challenges and serve them. So all is not lost to humanity. While on one side, as we say, there is this haves of the world and there are these have-nots, and there is a huge chasm that exists between the two. But one day, one person at a time, we can bridge the gap. And every time all of you drive to the mountains to distribute the cookies or talk to the teachers or the students and the people of the villages, you are bridging the gap between these two worlds that exist in our own world. And every such trip is a brick added to this bridge, which makes it stronger and longer. I truly appreciate it is not easy, I know. The weather itself is quite harsh. And then you have these very difficult terrains to negotiate. And then you go to these small villages which do not have proper schools or housing, or people don't have food and work, and you go out for them, you stretch your hand and help them. Bhagavan would say, the hands that serve are holier than the lips that pray. Yes, we all can pray in our own comfort zones, in our own homes, for the welfare of all. But then, what is love without service? If it is not translated into action, that love remains unfulfilled. And so every time we serve, we truly manifest the love that is inside all of us. And we are all capable of that love and compassion because we are made in the image of God, whichever God you worship. We are made like Him. We are the chip of the old block, as they say. And we are made of God, so we are like God. And God is love. That is the definition that I teach. When the young ones ask, so which God do you worship? Where does your God live? In which heaven and how far? I tell them, I do not know of a God who lives in a heaven far away. I only know of God who lives in all of us, who loves in all of us, who serves in all of us. And that is the God we must all worship and practice that Godhood. So when you do this, you not only manifest the divinity within you, but you also encourage others to manifest their divinity. It is not easy. I never said good work is easy. Many people tell me, Swamiji, we are doing good work. Why are we having challenges? Why are we having difficulties? And I tell them, when did I say that good work is going to be easy? Good work has to be challenging. But the people who are good, they do not look at the mountains of challenges. Rather, they look at what lies behind those people who are waiting for us. And so they are able to cross over these insurmountable mountains of challenges only for the sake of their brother or sister who is waiting out there on the other side for their help. And I'm glad that in whatever way you can, you are doing this. And every time you're doing this, you're worshipping the divine, you're loving the divine, you're serving the divine, and you are becoming a better human. We are all born from rocks, minerals, we are all star dust, as they say. But we grew from single-cell animals to multi-cell complex organisms, and the epitome of creation, which is human beings. And what's next after we are humans? What next? How do we evolve? We evolve into divine beings. That is the final stage of evolution. So every time we behave like God does, we become closer to God. We become like God. And that is, we are all capable of loving much more than what we think we are. Gandhi ji, you must have heard of, a great leader, visionary of India. In his time, he said about the problems of the world. And he said, the difference between what you do and what you are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problem. We are capable of much more compassion than what we think we are. We are capable of much more love, capable of much more service than what we imagine ourselves to be. We are infinite, we are limitless, we are eternal, because God is like that. So when we think of one world, one family, we think of ourselves as members of this great big global family of God. And so it does not matter which languages we speak, what we wear, what we eat, how we behave. At the end of it, we are all connected as one big global family. And this is the teaching that I have to offer to the world. When you know everybody is a family, you know what to do with each other. There is no us versus them. And like in family, there are mistakes, there are problems, there are differences of opinions, there are conflicts at times. But we don't give up on each other, we don't abandon each other, because we know they are us and we are them. And we still manage to love and care for each other because we are a family. And in a family, abandoning each other is not the way, but accepting and caring for each other is the way. Let us forget how big is the problem. Let us not look at the problem and say, oh, this is not possible to solve. The world can never get better. Let us not take a pessimistic approach like this. But let us work one day at a time, one step at a time, to solve the problem of those who are around us. When people ask me, with this mission, are you going to change the whole world? Will it happen in 10 years or 20 years? I tell them, I do not know whether the whole world would change and whether this would happen in 10 or 20 or 50 years. But I know that if you do what I am asking you to do, you would change into a better human being, and those whom you serve would also change. And that means a world to them. This is a little contribution that we all can make every day in our own way. So the youngsters in the room too, especially to them, Alvarez was telling me on the way that we need more young people to do good work, because we are getting, I'm not saying old, but we are getting a little slow, that is what he said. And they need more energy in the room. And a combination of energy and experience is explosive. You have a lot of experience of human values projects, service projects, now this feeding project, nutrition project, and they need some more energy. So when their experience and your energy join hands, miracles can happen. I definitely cannot dream of a world at this point of time where nobody goes hungry to bed, or nobody is sick, or nobody is uneducated. That world is still far, far away. I know that. But I do dream of a world where everybody is caring for somebody else whom they are not duty bound to, whom they are not obliged or accountable to or answerable to. Yet they go and do something for somebody out of pure love and compassion. I think that moment the world gets better, a little better than what it was. So this is a little message for the people in Chihuahua. I want to do more. We have hospitals around the world, colleges and schools, and we feed millions of children around the world. They are in Africa, they're in Latin America, they're in East Asia, they're in even the US and many places. And I told, please let me know what else I can do, what else we can do together for the people over here, especially the underprivileged and the marginalized. Let us not search for a God and a heaven outside elsewhere. And those who promise us of that God and heaven after we die, those promises are not to be believed. We must create our own heaven, our own way of loving God right here in Chihuahua, in Sierra, in such communities, and that would be the way to a better world. I truly appreciate whatever is being done, because whatever you do, you're doing for God, for a greater good of all, and that makes a difference. The child may not remember your name who has eaten your cookies, but when he grows up, she grows up, she would remember when we were small in the school and we were hungry. Some people used to come from Chihuahua, we don't know who, but they used to come and look after us. And that will create in them a sense of gratitude. And when they grow up and they are in a good place, position, they would definitely think of more children and more people. So this cycle of transformation which begins will carry on and on and on, generation after generation. So do not undermine the power of even little good that we all can do. Definitely it makes us a better person. It also changes the person next to us and makes the world a better place, one person at a time. So let us keep doing good. In good there is God. I always say in English, G-O-O-D is good and G-O-D is God. So in every good there lies God. And there lies a promise of a better future for every one of us. So keep doing good, keep doing more good to more people in more ways. That would be the way of our lives. I would love to come back again to Chihuahua. We still have to build a center for human excellence over here. It's still underway. I know there are some challenges which are the reasons why it could not take off. But I hope in this year we can sort out the challenges with the help of the community, the government, and our supporters, and we will be able to build the center. What it can do, it can provide health care, it can provide education, it can provide social service to many more underprivileged communities and everyone else. The idea of value education is very powerful, and if every human being is a little more better than what he or she is, the world becomes better. So values education program will remain our focus for the entire world, and I know you are translating the books, you are also conducting these workshops, and that's going to go a long way, because if you inspire one teacher, that teacher can inspire 1,000 students. And that's how the change can happen faster. I do not know what else to say, except that I love Mexican food and the chilada and everything else, whatever you make, it's amazing. But yeah, but I hope everybody gets to eat food every day, whether Mexican, Indian, or American, and that would be our goal. So we do want to start two things according to me. Please restart your food program for those communities where they find it difficult to get enough food for genuine reasons, not because they don't want to work or they just don't care, but they are elderly, they are infirm, they are children. Those are the communities I think we should restart the food program, and we will definitely support. I'll go and tell the whole global family about it. Let people eat whatever they like, and at the end of the day, they should not go to bed on an empty stomach. So that is the minimum that we should do for our brothers and sisters, because when food is there, then we can think. When we can think, we can work, we can make a difference. And that is the minimum that we should do. And the other program that I really want to do is medicine, health for people who are having nowhere to go. So whenever we have this Center for Excellence coming up, we will definitely have a health center, a clinic which is free, and also a kitchen, community kitchen, that not only provides dry rations, but also cooked food and meals for the elderly and the infirm. So these two things are in my mind. Please help me to do this when I come next year. And if you do this, then I come and I would stay for some time and enjoy some good Mexican food in the kitchen. So that is all from my side. Anything that they want to know or they want to ask? Bibi, you want to ask anything?
Can we,
Yeah, there are more microphones.
oh, this is for you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
¿Alguien quiere preguntar algo?
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to know, how do you support all these great endeavors of service that are going on all over the world, mainly in India? How do you get the support of so many people?
How do I get support of so many people for so many large projects? You see, I don't work alone. I have hundreds and thousands of family members like you. And all of them do a little bit for this. Not everybody can do everything, but everybody can do a little something. And so many thousands of them are inspired to support their brothers and sisters around the world. They keep aside a little bit of their time, their money, their energies for the sake of somebody. So I tell them, very simple formula for all those who are here too. Do service according to your age. If you are 25 years old, spend 25% of your time and energy to take care of others, and 75% you can keep it for yourself. When you are 50 years old, use 50% of your time and energy for others, and only the other 50% for yourself. And when you are 75 years old, use 75% of your time for others, and 25% for yourself. And hopefully, if you live for 100 years, you can do everything for others and nothing for yourself. So if you follow this discipline, you can support each other, and that's what most of the followers do. So they get inspired, they contribute, they participate just like you do here. But above all, let me tell you, it's this love that is the real power. When you love unselfishly, unconditionally, it has tremendous power to attract things and people to itself. I started alone in 2012, and today hundreds and thousands of people work around the world for these projects. This is because they all have been inspired by love. And love is what we all humans want. We think we want money? No. We think we want big houses? No. We think we want big families? No. We think we want positions and authorities? Not really. What we truly want is to be loved. And when we are loved unconditionally, we feel complete. And that is the reason why so many people are participating, because they all feel loved in this mission.
Buenas tardes, Sairam. Yo tengo una idea de que le preguntaron una vez a la Madre Teresa de Calcuta que a qué iba Occidente, si en Occidente no necesitaban como comida y cosas así. Y decía, sí, allá lo que necesitan es amor. Y yo, okay.
You can trust.
Good afternoon. I have a question. You know Mother Teresa of Calcutta? They would ask her, why do you come to the West? In the West they don't need food, what they need is love.
Y tengo una idea en mi cabeza hace años de hacer un proyecto de campamentos educativos informativos que constaría de un padre de familia, un nutriólogo, un psicólogo y un maestro de escuela. ¿Cómo podemos llegar a tantos niños? En mi colonia hay muchos problemas educativos.
I've been having this project in my mind for many years about these educational camps where there would be a nutritionist, a psychologist, a parent, and
un psicólogo, un nutriólogo y un padre de familia.
And there are many children in my neighborhood, and how can we reach them?
¿Cómo se puede hacer? ¿A través de una institución como esta fundación, o hay que llegar directamente al gobierno para que a través del gobierno se llegue a mucho más, a todas las escuelas en todos los grados?
How can we do this? How can we make this project through this initiative or through the government?
I think you should start as a group of inspired teachers and educationists who want to do this. Not directly with the government right now, or not with a big organization. Start small. In your own community, start with a small project. Get 3 or 4 very inspired teachers who would like to participate. I think that is how you should begin. With time, when people will see the benefit of what you're doing, more people will join, governments would join, and that is how it will grow eventually. So my model is always start small and slowly grow it big. That's how you begin, with 3 or 4 good people around you.
Hi, how are you? I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know how to. First of all, my name is Samuel. I want to thank through you all the people behind this beautiful project, and thank you very much for focusing all the efforts in our roots, which is the Tarahumaras in La Sierra. One of my question and the reason of why I took the microphone is because I believe we need more people living from the heart and serving from the heart. And my mom brings me here. I didn't know what it was this about. I believe there is no such a thing like a coincidence. I was looking I recently came back from traveling the world. I'm from here, from Chihuahua, and I was looking for some opportunity to serve. And I don't know how is the process to get to those communities and use my hands and my heart to serve.
Wonderful, Samuel. And thank you. Thanks to your mother who brought you here. She's a good mother. Where is she? That's the mother, is it? Thank you very much for bringing her. Gracias. He wants to serve. And here are the people looking for young people with a heart and hands to serve. And they are serving in these communities in Sierra. I think you should join the foundation and work with us, and we will look after him too. Yes, and you can go to these communities, and I love the people here. They're very simple, very, very pure, I think, very innocent. If we can look after them, I think you would be doing God's work. So please join us in the foundation and let's work.
Thank you very much.
Yes, very happy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Antonio. Also, my parents brought me here.
Ah, well, they're good parents.
Good parents, yes. Very good. It's been said that we are facing a change of an era change in terms of what technology is doing for humankind. But it seems that this change is leaving a very large portion of humanity behind in terms of the capacity they have to reach the technical knowledge or prowess to participate in this new economy. On the video that you shared, I was very it brought to my attention. I work in computers, so. What do you think about these people that once they get fed? I understand that first we need to do the very basic, if they're not fed, they cannot incorporate. But I think that the rate of change is pushing so hard that it's making that the projects that we need to do need to work in incorporating these communities. And what do you think also about the basic universal income that we should give to the people that will not be able to be incorporated in this new economy?
Yes, as you said, this new economy is a knowledge economy. It is based on your skills and knowledge. That is when you can participate. That is why in the US and other places we started this program for youths who want to get skilled, get digitally educated, and participate in the knowledge economy, technology economy. And we do that. It is tough, it is challenging, because many of them don't have basic understanding and the culture and the appreciation for technology. But they slowly are now getting involved. When we have 1, 2, 3 examples of some of them from the community like Tarahumara coming up, learning, let us say, how to code or how to use AI or how to make a program, computer program, suddenly you see an interest in others as well. So if you're a computer person, a technologist, I think a great thing would be if you can include some of those kids from those communities and teach them some technologies, you see, and see how they respond. We have done this in India, it works. We have done in the US, it works. And once 5 or 6 or 10 get computer educated, technology they're able to use, they will inspire 10 more. And probably if you're running a big company, you can give them some internships and small jobs, so then their income levels start coming. See, the problem with the community here is that they have lived so long in poverty that they have resigned to that idea that we will always be poor and there's nothing that can change. That mindset is there. It's there in India, it's there in Africa, it's there here in Mexico, it is there in many parts of the United States. So very difficult to change that mindset unless you create an example of somebody who comes up in life and shows that this is possible. After hundreds of years of living a very poor life, we can change that. We have struggled with this, but we are able to show that. I'll be very happy if we can create a digital education program for at least some kids who are bright in the Tarahumara community. Even if 10 of them take it up, I'm sure we can include them, we can give them some kind of basic employment, they can help in the foundation, they can help in local community businesses, and from there we can start the ball rolling. But yes, you're right, just feeding them is not sufficient. Helping them to feed themselves, learning skills and create their own income is important. And that means we have to invest in them. They will not invest in themselves. They don't have the money to go and get education, nor sometimes the drive to go and do that. And for that, you and I are needed. So see if we can create a digital education program with the foundation. I was in Africa, and the president of Africa and his wife, they have created a digital program for girls in schools. So they run a 1 hour or 1.5 hours class in the evenings, where these kids come, they learn how to code, they learn how to write software programs, and then slowly get integrated into the companies, tech companies. Because technology work can happen from anywhere. You can work for a company in the Mexico City sitting in Chihuahua as well. So that is the help that we truly require. If there is a possibility, we can create a digital education program for some of these bright kids to begin with. And once they do, we can slowly inspire the next set of children to also participate. But it is a challenge to break the mindset that nothing can change and we can't do anything. That mindset has to change. I'll give one more example for this one. We had a girl who came from, Aboriginals in Australia. They are the natives, indigenous people. And they just don't want to believe that anything can change. They're happy, contented in their own world. And government gives them a lot of grant to be like that. Don't come to the cities, stay in the mountains, we'll pay you. And they live like that. But there is this girl who got into depression. She was a great musician. She thought she was just wasting her time in that community. And what happened? She came for a music program to India. She got an opportunity to sing, and suddenly something changed. She applied for a scholarship, and now she has a scholarship, and she has gotten into a New York university for music. And she's absolutely from that Aboriginal, native, indigenous community. So it's possible tomorrow somebody from Tarahumara community who is a great singer or anything might be able to get a scholarship and go to a university. And that happened because that girl decided to change herself. So we see that in Africa, we see it in US. I just came from the US. How many people they're immigrants from Mexico also. There are people from other countries, Korea, China, India. They all have learned digital skills, and now they become employed with companies, and we are providing them with the skills. So if anything can be done, there's a lady in the room, Bina, she's from the company in the US. Can you just stand up, Bina? She's the HR head for People Shores. It's a company that digitally educates the young children and youngsters like this and gets them a job in good companies. That's happening in the US. If something can be worked out, I didn't get your name, Antonio and parents, please help if there is a possibility in that. And we can also guide how to do that. Yes. There's one, yeah. The gentleman.
Buenas tardes. Les quiero compartir un reto que hay aquí en Chihuahua, no únicamente en la Sierra Tarahumara. Me refiero al trabajo infantil que se encuentra en los campos de cultivo de muchas partes de aquí de Chihuahua.
Perdón, ¿que se encuentra dónde? Perdón.
Un reto del trabajo infantil en los campos de Chihuahua, campos agrícolas de Chihuahua.
I want to share with you another challenge here in Chihuahua regarding child labor there's a challenge regarding child labor in the crops or the growing fields here in Chihuahua.
Y que al final es un reto también que hay en la India, ¿no? La India es un país que hay muchísimo trabajo infantil. Y recordar y voltear a la mirada de que en Chihuahua tenemos más de 20,000 niños menores de edad trabajando en los campos de cultivo.
And let's recall this is also a challenge or a situation occurring in India. And then let's look about this situation going on in Chihuahua, where there are around 20,000 children working in working conditions.
¿Qué recomendaciones nos puedes compartir para también sensibilizar y trabajar en este reto que tenemos aquí en Chihuahua? Gracias.
What recommendations can you give in order to bring awareness of this undergoing situation and this challenge here in Chihuahua?
You are right, this problem exists in India, this exists in many developing countries, African countries, where children go to work because they have to support their family income, otherwise they have nothing to eat. So if you tell them don't work and just because this is child labor, it's wrong, don't work, what will they eat? That's not fair. Instead, if we can engage them in at least some part of the day, let's say an evening school, where the first half of the day, even if they're working, whether it's right or wrong, let's not debate because that's a necessity for them. But in the afternoon or evenings, they can come for 1 or 2 hours and learn something, get a meal. They will definitely come if you give them food. Give them some food to come to the school, evening school, study for some time, and gain some skills so that they can slowly change their lifestyle from doing the field work to maybe working in a company, and from there maybe even building their life better. Start with small number of maybe 10, 15, 20. I know there are thousands to be saved, but we may not be able to do it right away. But maybe you should talk to the education man. And even if get 10, 15, 20, we will definitely give you the support that is needed to educate them. And as I said, not everybody will come. It's only those who have fire in their belly, who want to do something good, great in life, they will come to such classes. So if they are incentivized that you come in the evening, we will teach you, we will give you a meal also, and slowly you come, write exams and get into the mainstream. Probably after 4 or 5 years, it will become a model for others. In India, what we do is that we run free schools. We take all these kids to schools. We tell the parents, please allow them to study. We will take care of their food. We will take care of their expenses in terms of their clothing, accommodation. You have no cost. So to one part of the parents' problem is how to feed these children at home. It's an expense. And that part we take care, we give them education. And after they get educated, we employ them so they start becoming earning members. We tell the parents, if you wait for 5, 6 years more, they will earn much more for you. Just give them that time to study, and we will look after the expenses. So likewise, if you find those first 15, 20 cohort of students from the foundation, we will try to support them so they study in the evenings at least. And once they, in 3 or 4 years, they become well placed in the society, that would become an example for other children. But let me tell you, simply passing a policy, or no child should work in the fields, it is wrong, we will jail them or we will put them, it is only going to damage their societies further. I know it's inhuman, but we should deal with it practically. And that is what I suggest. I think one last question, I have to go back.
Hola.
I'll come back to you, sir. Yeah, please, the lady.
Hola,
Hola.
hola a todos. Mi nombre es Jocelyn Sabatini y bueno, yo quisiera preguntarle, pues, cómo podemos generar más conciencia a los jóvenes en esta época, pues, tan falta de amor.
Hi, and hi to all of you. My name is Jocelyn Sabatini, and I would like to ask you, how can we bring more awareness into the youth nowadays that is lacking lots of love?
I said youth, they need a lot of love. I think they all feel unloved, and that is why they go on getting distracted and they get addicted to things, whether it's digital or substance or other things, because they just want to be they want to feel important, they want to feel loved. That is not happened for many of them, unfortunately. So yes, if you create a group of young people where they can talk to each other, play with each other, work with each other, and feel loved and feel accepted, and that is the beginning of many great things. And we have tried this called Circle of Love, where all these youths become a part of that circle, and they support each other, they meet on weekends, they do some service to others, and they feel that they are accepted, they are part of a group. They are not judged, even if they are coming from difficult backgrounds and bad behavior. They are not judged, they are accepted. So they change. Yes. So start a circle of love in Chihuahua with a few friends and make the circle bigger and bigger as more people join. Okay. Yes, sir. I think this is the final question here. Mic to him. Alice.
Gracias. Mi nombre es Luis Rivera, rector de la Universidad Autónoma de Chihuahua. Soy una de las personas que usted conservó en su memoria el nombre.
Okay. My name is Luis Rivera. I am Chief Director of the University of Chihuahua. I am one of those people whose name you remember.
El país de donde usted viene, la India, es un país líder en educación. El país que más manda estudiantes de intercambio a Estados Unidos es la India. ¿Qué consejo nos da para la educación en estos tiempos?
The country where you're coming from, India, is leading in education. What advice can you give to us regarding the fields of education?
Thank you, Professor. I remember the names of professors and doctors. I don't forget them because I need all of them. So you are from University of Chihuahua. So I believe education is the greatest power on earth, force on earth, which we can change the societies for better, for good. And in India, the education system is getting very, very advanced now, of course, with technology and so many things happening. And the curriculum is now moving towards theory, from theory to real life skills, which are industry readiness for the students. So that is the change that is already started in India. So from a lot of theory, now is becoming very industry required skills based curriculum. So people are learning AI, learning coding, learning such kind of chip designing, manufacturers. So all these kinds of things are moving them quickly into jobs. That is the big shift that is happening. But we as a university, we have found that moral values, human values are missing in education system. Because most of them are very intelligent, very brilliant, but very selfish. They don't help anybody, they are only for themselves. What's the point in creating such graduates is our problem. So we have started programs in human excellence like what they have here. That's a part of the university curriculum in our university, where they are also taught about human values, about service to the society. They go out into the rural area as a part of their education. They see the problems firsthand. They try to solve the problems. So we also want to sensitize them towards the greater responsibility that educated people have, not just to make money for themselves or get a job, but also to help others who are marginalized. So that's a part of our curriculum. We call it an integrated rural development program, where the children have to go to the rural areas and work for some time and deal with the problems. We also have a medical school. Even in medical school, children have to go to the village every Saturday for half a day, talk to the village families, do checkups for them, and come back with the understanding of what is the profile of the people in and around the colleges. So that is an important initiative that we have undertaken. And in our college, academic marks are given. That's only one part of the report. But the other part is their human values. And we have a program called Human Excellence Quotient. We have a program where we study them based on their academic, of course, but intellectual, social, cultural, and spiritual skills. So they are able to show that they are growing in all ways, not just a lopsided academic development. And there is a way to, give marks for that. That's given by their classmates, their teachers, and they themselves assess themselves. And finally, we come to the human values grade. So that grade and academic grade put together is their average grade for the semester. Only then they can pass. If they fail in the human values academic grades. Even if their academics are good, they don't pass. So that is how strict we are in our university, which is a private university. But in government universities, yes, more skill-based programs have started. They are all now contemplating on including human values in higher education. We are supporting that program as well in India. So that's very important, because we just don't want intelligent people, very competent people, but we want compassionate people in the society. And these programs also should be included in the university. I would invite you to India to sometime visit us. There are our contacts. So if you can, whenever it's possible, you know, if you can come and maybe even bring 1 or 2 professors or even students, I think we'll take care that they come, see what we do, and probably that may be an inspiration for making some changes to the systems here.
We can invite a mariachi group.
You are inviting?
A mariachi group that
Yes.
works in the university. We are planning for them to go.
Wonderful.
On
That,
November.
and then you can be a part of it. Do you know some singing and dancing? Then you can be a part of the group. And anybody else, you know, we have a large program coming up from August to November in India, 100 Days World Festival. And I don't know, which day is Mexico? November. 2nd November is Mexico Day. So we'll get a lot of Mexican food to eat. That's what is my... But anyways, the music and the culture and philosophy, if you're a part of it, I'll show you around what we do in our campuses. And a lot of good work happens. So all are welcome. Everybody in this room is welcome to India. Yeah. I think with that I would close. Oh, last one that I think, Salvador, because I think last one this is, I have to catch my flight. Yes.
Thank you very much. My name is Salvador Avila. Welcome to Chihuahua again. As you may remember from a few minutes ago, we're trying to help the foundation here with the nutritional requirements of the Tarahumara Indians. And I'm glad that you mentioned your festival that you're going to have in India, your world, because that's more the realm of my question. You are all over the place, and I paid attention to what you said of, you know, start little by little with 4 convinced people and then grow from there. But, you know, as you are doing that, the problem, the challenge grows exponentially. I don't know if you're aware, for example, that we are in a community that is #1 in suicide for young people in Mexico. And that has been true for many years now. So we're at the same time, we're trying to address that and bring hope to our youth, because many of them feel unimportant, left behind. And at the same time, and I'm getting to my question, at the same time, we see different groups competing with each other in terms of addressing the need, even, you know, nullifying others who are trying to do good too. So I was saying, you are all over the place. What's your recommendation in terms of avoid this competition, you know, among religions, among political parties, among factions, and bring them together and say, you know, these common causes we should address? I'd love to hear your recommendations, because you talk to people from all over the world. Thank you.
Yes. Now, I think when your cause is more important than your own personal self, that's when you are able to collaborate. Most of the people end up doing service because they want to feel important, they want to be recognized, they want to be known for what good they do. But doing good quietly, silently, without recognition is the way of doing good. So only those organizations which have these basic value systems, that they want to do good for goodness sake, it does not matter whether they get recognized or rewarded for it or not. Please join hands with only those. That is the first advice I will give you. There is competition every kind in the world, because everybody wants to feel important. There is some selfishness behind their motivations. It is difficult to remove human selfishness so easily, because it's a survival instinct that we are bringing from our days when we were animals in the evolutionary path. So very difficult, it takes time. But the first thing you do is that join hands with like-minded organizations who are selfless, who are okay, who gets the credit, who goes onto the stage, it doesn't matter to them because they want the service to happen. Those organizations you must join hands with first. That is the first thing. Second thing, as more and more people like these join hands and they become a large organization and a force, then others also will feel compelled to join them. That takes a while. That takes a while. So don't, as I said, work with like-minded people to begin with. Your energy will not be wasted in doing wrong things. So yes, find such people and such organizations. That is the first step I say. And once you become big enough, others want to join you as well. Yeah, thank you. With that, I think we should conclude this program. And I'm very, very grateful for all your time. I know it's past lunchtime, even I'm hungry, and everybody must be hungry too. So let's eat after this, and I hope to see most of you in India soon. Thank you.
Muchas gracias a todos por sus aplausos, su reconocimiento a Swami. Estamos muy complacidos del grupo que está aquí y ojalá salgan con el corazón un poquito más abierto. Gracias. We thank you everybody for being here, and we thank Madhu and give our heartfelt welcome. Will you please let him first go? Nos permiten primero que él salga y luego después salen ustedes, ¿sí? En orden. Y después de esto hay un pequeño video sobre el Zampa, de lo que se está haciendo en la sierra, que dura muy poquito. Los invitamos a quedarse.
Paola es su hija, conozco muy bien a Paola. ¿Me darían algún dato para